Welcome to Finding Fridays with me, Lorene. I am with you tonight. I know it's a funny one because it's on a Thursday instead of it being on a Friday, but that's okay. All right, hopefully you're all over on Facebook will be able to find me. I tell you, there's something funny going on over there in Facebook land between Facebook and good old Utah and StreamYard, because they will hello Melinda, because sometimes the old Facebooks they're just not playing nice. So that's okay. It appears that we've got it working today, so that's good. It did have a teeny tiny little hiccup, and then it was like, okay, we're all good now. We can do this. So just do this little background stuff, and then I'll be right with you. Okay, so that's good. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, here we go. That and that. Beautiful. Oh, look at this, Melinda. I can go. Woohoo! I can like your comment. I think. There we go. I love it. Oh, look, because I'm over on that side, and I can go. Yay! Good evening, Tamara. All right. Okay, let's get back into StreamYard. StreamYard's like, it's a really great platform. I'm not going to say it's not a great platform. It's just that sometimes it has a little hissy fit. And unfortunately, for the last few weeks, every time we've gone live on with Facebook, it's just cracked the shits, and it's like it's not doing things properly, and it's been silly. So it is a little bit frustrating, I will admit, because it's like then you guys are trying to find me, and then you can't find me because I've had to delete things and put things back up again. And anyway, we'll get there. Oh, I need to turn that back to that. A couple more clickety click clicks. Switch, hurry up. How has your week been? How has your week been? Ooh. Let me taste that again. I just realized what I've done. Okay, so currently, because I have a Kangen water machine, and my Kangen machine at the moment is going through an e-clean before I go away on holidays, and which basically means it's a clean that I can do for myself, where I put I was going to say sulfuric acid. No, not sulfuric acid, citric acid. And it goes in and it sits on the plates, and like the electrolysis plates, and it cleans them for me. And it sits there for about at least 12 hours, preferably 24. And so I had a heap of water set off to the side, but I needed to top up my kettle to make my cup of tea. And I just grabbed one of my water bottles and I just tipped some in, but I forgot that particular water bottle had some Celtic sea salt in it. So my tea has a slight hang of salt. So that's a bit fun, isn't it? It still tastes fine. It's just a slightly different flavor. That's all. Oh, dearie me. Come on, hurry up. Move. Or not. Just do what you want to do. See what you want to see. Okay. Yay. Fabulous. Now I can go like that. And I can... There we go. Or not. Oh my goodness. There we go. So I'm sure you're all wondering, how am I going with all my prep? Yeah, I know, Melinda's like... All right. So that one is size 2 and big. And there we go. There we go. Happy days. So how am I going with all my Canada plans? Yeah, good. Yeah. We're all the clothes are packed. The treats are packed. I just got to do my toiletries bag. And then that'll be ready to go for the morning. I get picked up here at 6 o'clock in the morning. But there's still a few little niggly bits and pieces that are sitting in behind that still require to be done. But I'm very lucky where I live because I'm surrounded by people who are good neighbors, and they'll look out for anything strange going on in the neighborhood. So I feel very blessed, And one of them being my landlady, she's here basically every single day because it's part of the farm. And all in all, like the area is very quiet. So I feel very, very safe here. Oh, goodness. So yeah, fabulous. And so 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be getting dropped off at a friend's house for a couple of hours just for some chill out time. And then I'll get an Uber or something like that from there to the airport. And then from there, I have to be at the airport by about 9-ish. And so then it'll be dropping off the bags and then heading through security. And then my flight leaves at about midday. And then it'll be bye-bye. See you later. Have a great time. And then I fly back in on the 24th so I go Adelaide to Auckland to Vancouver. And then on my way back, I go a little plane from Edmonton to Vancouver, big plane from Vancouver to Auckland, and then a medium-sized plane from Auckland back to Adelaide. And I arrive on Monday. I'm getting picked up from the airport. I come home overnight and then off down to Mount Gambier for something like 5 days. So that particular week, I will be doing the podcast. So that will be the week of Friday the 28th. Oh, full moon. Nice. So Friday the 28th, I will be down in Mount Gambier. So we won't have this lovely background. We'll have something else. And then home on the Saturday, I think. And so that I can get prepped for work for 2 days. And then I'm going to Hahndorf to house sit and cat sit for my friend in Hahndorf. And then I'll be doing the podcast from there on that week. So I'm a busy little bee right now. I'm all over the place. I do love to travel, but you know what they say, be careful what you ask for. You might just get what you ask for. And after having, it was about, I hadn't traveled anywhere. 2019 was the international travel, and then not last year, but the year before. So it was at 2024. So that was like 5 years of no travel, basically, no international travel, especially. So then it's just been, little bips in and out of within Australia. And while that's been really lovely, I've been itching to get onto big international flights again. I'm so excited, and it's going to be really, really good. At this point in time, I was just asked before, are you getting excited yet? And I'm like, probably not fully until I hit the airport, because there's still so many background bits and pieces that I still require to do. But one of them, which is the most important right in this moment, is being here with you guys. And I was reminded earlier this week that it was the Lionsgate portal on Saturday. So I was like, oh, duh, that's why my team and business is saying, hey, you've got to do the show on Thursday. I'm like, okay. So here we are. And not just because I'm going to miss you guys, because we're going to miss out on a couple of weeks of shows. But again, if you recall, I have been diligently putting meditations up for you guys to enjoy on Mondays and Wednesdays. There is now a bonus one on Friday the 14th, if I remember correctly. So that one's up there now. That one's freaking awesome, because I'd forgotten about it, honestly. And it has got the contributions. It's ancient healing from the American Indians, a male and a female American Indian healer. It's got your spirit team is involved, and also Hecate steps in there. And that was, even for me, it was like, oh wow. So that was a good one to do today. So I've just put the link up there for you to catch. If you haven't seen the meditations, they are over on YouTube. Sort of like there's they're under the podcast tab, and you'll see there's the ones for the shows. We've got season 3, season 4, which we're in now, and then season 3, and then season, I think I put 1 and 2 together. And then we've got the meditation folder there. And there's quite a few there now. And I'm just so proud of having done all that work leading up to this holiday going away, because I still wanted you guys to have some goodness to tap into. So, and I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I love the meditations. I think that they are just so special, and every single one is different. Even though sometimes, like, I'll come across a name of a title, and I'll go, oh, but haven't I done that one before? And then I'm listening and I'm like, oh, no. Oh, yeah. And the one that's going to be released on the 14th is also has fairy folk in it as well. So it was a really big one. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. So that was really, but there's so many others that have been released already. Okie dokie. So let me do the reading for the collective. So as you can imagine, I'm going to try and not have this show be too terribly long today, because I have got still quite a few background bits and pieces to do, like clear out my phone. Get all the photos off my phone and clear it out so that I can take lots and lots of photos while I'm away. So, seeing as I'm not going to be back here until near the end of August, okay, what I'm going to do for the reading for the collective is, what do you all require to know, be aware of for this next, we'll call it near on 20 days. 22 days. What do we require to be aware of? Oh, okay. All right. So before I read those out, I'd like to just bring in the energies of the Lionsgate portal. And what after doing it, because I've been feeling this portal for a few days now, which makes sense because it opened on the 26th of July. It peaks on the 8th, and then it closes again on the 12th. So the 12th this year is a very, very potent date. There's a lot of planetary alignments. There's a solar eclipse happening. The Northern Hemisphere will get to see that. There is there's something else happening. I think two of my friends have birthdays on that day. But for this Lionsgate portal and the peak being on the 8th, this year it's a little bit different, and it's a little bit even more sort of full on than normal because it's a 888 year. So being that the date of 8th of August 2026 reduces mathematically to a 888. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't understand how that works. Because 2026, well, 26 is 8, but you put the other 2 there. I don't know. Somebody who knows numerology can explain that to me. I think it's the 8 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 6, and the 0 in there makes 8 once it's all broken down. Anyway, so the meaning in numerology of the number 8 represents infinite potential, abundance, personal power, and the balance between the material and the spiritual worlds. The impact, this 888 repetition acts as a cosmic amplifier, making your dominant thoughts, intentions, and focus grow exponentially. While the portal always involves the alignment of Earth, the Sun in Leo, and the bright star Sirius, the 2026 configuration features major celestial additions. Jupiter in Leo, so Jupiter, the planet of expansion and luck, is moving through Leo during this portal. This infuses the energy with extra confidence, radical self-expression, and the courage to stop hiding your gifts. The Leo solar eclipse, as I just mentioned, arriving just 4 days after the peak on August the 12th. A total solar eclipse follows this portal. Eclipses bring rapid endings and sudden fated new beginnings, signaling that the intentions you set during the peak will trigger swift, real-world identity shifts rather than just wishful thinking. Okay, so whatever you are doing and moving through the world on Saturday, being the 8th of the 8th, that will be, you have to be very, very mindful of how you speak and how you interact with other people, how you interact with your body, what things are you wishing for, what things are you just be really careful if you are somebody who jokes around a lot and tries to do self-deprecation, because if you do that on the 8-8, it's going to accelerate everything you say rapidly. Okay, so be very, very mindful of your words on Saturday, especially Saturday. Okay. In previous years, the emphasis of Lionsgate was largely on asking the universe for what you desire. The core theme for 2026 is embodiment. The universe is not asking you to simply dream bigger, but to actively step into the version of yourself capable of holding those dreams. It is less about when will my life when will my life change, and more about how does my future self act today. The physical and emotional symptoms, because of the sheer intensity of the 888 energy and the looming eclipse, you may experience a heavy load on your nervous system. Feel intense waves of exhaustion alternating with sudden bursts of creative inspiration. Experience vivid dreams and a desire to isolate or an urge to suddenly purge old emotional baggage. Notice a low tolerance for relationships, habits, or jobs where you are forcing things to work. Okay. How to work with the 2026 energies. Prioritize radical rest. Oh, I could get done for that one. Your nervous system is expanding its capacity. Slow down, hydrate heavily, and do not force productivity if your body demands sleep. Sun charging. Spend 5 to 7 minutes under the early morning sunlight to ground the solar plexus Leo energy into your physical body. Clear space. Write down old patterns, resentments, or self-doubts on a piece of paper and safely burn or tear it up to clear the runway for the eclipse energy. Thank you, Nella. Use the golden crystals. Work with the stones like citrine or pyrite to align with the golden abundance frequency of Leo and Sirius. Okay. So lots and lots of information there. I do have citrine. I've just remembered. I'll make sure to take some with me. And to take my little holder. So that I can have that on Saturday. That's a good idea. So I will be floating, I think, around Vancouver at that stage. So yeah, excellent. Looking forward to it. So lots and lots and lots to think about. Let me just roll right back up to the top. Cool. So now that we've read all of that, here's our reading. Is there any other cards for the collective? No? Okay. So we now know it's all about embodiment for this particular Lionsgate portal, and this reading is obviously not just about the portal, it's also about this next 22 days. Okay, so the first one is Plum, and this is talking about overcome your challenges. All right, now when we are dealing with embodiment, that can be for some people incredibly challenging, because so often many of us are detached from, like, we've kind of detached our being over there, and we are not sitting in our body properly, which is why in a lot of times on this show I'll talk about the breath pretty much every single time. We do the breathing in, bring Mother Earth up, breathe me out, bring Father Sky down. The reason for that is it helps you to re-embody your being into your body. The word discombobulated keeps rolling around, so I'm just going to say that because obviously there's somebody's spirit out there, or mine, is having fun with that word today. So yes, and you can feel quite discombobulated if you're not, like, and you possibly will over these next few days between today and the 12th, especially if you're not embodying yourself, if you're not in alignment with your being, if you're trying to let your ego and your old trauma and your heart hurts run the show. It's so, being embodied means trusting. That's what it means to me anyway. It means trusting your awareness. It means trusting that your connection to your higher self. It means trusting your connection to your oversoul. It means trusting that you are a part of this big thing called the collective. and that you have an important role to play within the collective. So if you're still a little bit detached from your being, then this is going to create challenges for you, especially over these next few days and up until the 12th. So be aware of that. And if you are feeling a bit out of sorts and you're feeling maybe a little bit more cranky than usual and things like that, it might be time to just really ground and pull your body, pull your being so that your body is within your being again. Okay? Because the thing is, your being is huge. This is why I talk about the expanding out tool, right? This is to help give you that comprehension that your being or your soul isn't actually within your body is within your being. Okay, just this is the core or the face of your being. Okay, this is how we manage to run around the world. It's kind of like, think about it like electricity, right? Or lightning. Now, if it weren't for the visual of the lightning, if it was just energy, which it is, we wouldn't actually get to see it. But because it plays with light, and it's not just energy, it plays with the light and it uses refraction and all that sort of thing, we get to see lightning bolts. That's like what we are. We are just beautiful little refractions of light that roll around this world, and we look solid. But as we know, when we go down to those molecular levels, we can see that we are actually 99.999% space. And that's just crazy. But here we are. So overcoming the challenges, mostly from what I can perceive, is about making sure that you're really nicely embodied, that you've got that deep trust. And if you haven't got that deep trust rolling yet, now is the time. You may even wish to ask on Saturday for the Lionsgate portal to go, what do I require to do to be totally, wholly connected with my being? Trusting my being implicitly. And then you can spin it just slightly to say, I desire to embody being complete within me. To have that ultimate connection with my being, my higher self, my oversoul, the collective, so that I can trust implicitly what my intuition is telling me. Okay. Pretty potent words when you put it like that. Okay. And the cool thing is that when you start doing stuff like that, you start to gain the confidence to be able to do things like gain access, open access to your Akashic records. To be able to manifest and actualize with a hell of a lot more ease because you trust that it's going to happen. Okay. Now, if you overcome your challenges over this next 22 days, here we have this lovely goldeny color here. Now, doesn't that look a lot like citrine? Isn't that beautiful? So it says attract abundance. Now, to me, abundance isn't necessarily money. It can be loads of things. And what I would like you to focus on when we're talking about attracting abundance is I'm going to link it in a little bit with gratitude, because the more that you acknowledge the little things that you receive, and I'm going to use a little tool from Access Consciousness and how does it get any better than that? and just leave it there. Okay, what that little question does is it sends the message to the universe that thank you so much for gifting me that universe. And now, how much better can we do? What else could come my way? And so it adds that element of wonder and surprise into your space. Now, I've had many people over the years when I say, oh, wow, how does it get any better than that? And they go, oh, it doesn't get any better than that. And I'm like, no, don't say that. All you have to do is say, I wonder how does it get any better than that? Because it always can. And that's what gratitude is doing for you as well. It's like acknowledging. It's like just a slightly different way of acknowledging that you're so grateful for what you've already received, and you're still opening your arms wider to receive more deliciousness in your world. As soon as you say something like, oh, I can't get any better than that, you are going to put the stops on receiving, that flow of receiving from exponentially continuing to rise. Okay, so how does it get any better than that? All right, that's a cool one. That's a cool one. And we have pink, which is let love in. Now, the more that you do that tool of how does it get any better than that, the cool thing is that it's also opening your heart. It's opening your heart space, right? So, for example, if we're talking a relationship and your beautiful person that you're dating or you're in relationship with or whatever goes and does something really lovely for you, and you just go, okay, that was nice. Thank you. It's like it kind of puts the squeeze on them wanting to really do more. Whereas if you say something like, oh, wow, thank you so much, even that just changes the energy. And I wonder, how does it get any better than this? It's not saying that you're not grateful for what they've already done. It's saying, thank you so much, and I'm willing to receive more. If and when you ever choose to do such things. And it just really shifts that energy of receiving, the giving and the receiving. We, as in this society, have been trained wonderfully well to be terrible at receiving. Really terrible. And yet it's the one thing that we all really actually secretly like getting. We like to be thought of. We like to be acknowledged, and we like to have people see us and see that we matter and think of us. Like secretly, every single one of us is having that in the back of their mind, even if they say, oh, nah, I don't really like gifts. Boo, teko. No. They do. And the thing is that when they go, oh, no, I don't really like gifts, it's more about they don't want to feel obligated to you, because in their mind, they've got the whole receiving thing a bit ass about face, right? And I know, because I used to feel the same. I grew up with the whole, one family member wouldn't give other people Christmas cards if they didn't receive one back. So she would give them to them. She would keep a log, and she would note who sent her a Christmas card back. And if they didn't send her a Christmas card back, They're off the Christmas card list. And I'm like, oh, that's a bit harsh. What if people just give Christmas cards because they like to, not because they're obligated to? And now that lady, I don't think, sends out any Christmas cards. Okay. So it's just something to think about. Letting love in comes in all sorts of different ways. It means letting it in for yourself. It also means that you can let the love flow out and into someone else. So how else could you perhaps let a little bit more love flow into you this month, for this next 22 days, and especially over the Lionsgate portal on Saturday, or the apex of it? And also, how could you maybe contribute to others? Maybe with a smile, maybe with something thoughtful, maybe helping someone out. It's like my beautiful friend who's picking me up tomorrow morning. Like, she's going out of her way for me. So I feel that little bit of love from her too. And it's going to be great because I'm going to get to see her before I go away. I'm excited. I'm excited to see her. So that is that's a really great reading, actually. I quite like that for the next 22 days. Overcome your challenges, attract abundance. How does it get any better than that? And let love in. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and our yummy card is tenderness, which absolutely tracks for what we were just reading up about with the Lionsgate portal. So take care of yourself. Letting love in also means taking care of you. Taking care of you when you're feeling like you really required to rest. Like, before I came into the show tonight, it was about, I had dinner and I was on the phone to a friend, and then I was they could tell I was really tired. I've been up around 4:30, 5:30 all week, getting these videos edited and stuff for you guys. And they could tell that I was not quite this. Now, like, go have a nap. Did you have a nap today? No, didn't have time. Go have a nap. So I did. I lay down. I snuggled up with my blanket for about 45 minutes and had a nap. And that was just enough. So when you're out and about over this next few days, up until the 12th, please, so that's next 6 days especially, because today is the 6th right now, please, if you're really, really tired, try not to push through it. See if you can, carve out 10 minutes nap, a 10-minute nap at the very least. Let your body rest. Okay. So here we go. Collective energies. Nice. Love it. Alrighty, Miss Tamara. What is your question, my dear? I know you probably already got it teed up for me. Let's have some of my salty tea. Okay. I was listening to some music earlier today. I don't often listen to songs, but lately I've been slowly working through this playlist that I've got. And I ended up with the Crash Test Dummies song. And now that's stuck in my head. So I was like, and various little like lines in it. So she'd just gone there or been there, and it's like, she's just gone there. Okay. And I listened to that song very early this morning because I was in the shower when it was happening. I guess be careful what you listen to in the shower. So what I would like to invite you all to is to put in the chat, now that we've had a good read through with what this Lionsgate portal is all about, and our collective reading, I'd like you, just so that you can start to more solidify your asks, put it in the chat. What are you desiring for the rest of 2026? Or maybe just for the future in general? How do you wish to really, what was the phrasing that they used in there? Talking about the embodiment of it. Prioritize. How do you wish to show up in the world now? Not to show up in the world in the future, but show up in the world now. That will be our question. How do you actually wish to show up in the world? That's an interesting question for me to answer too. But right now I'm focusing on tomorrow, but I'd like you to put that in the chat so that you can start to really hone in and solidify those energies so that they'll be floating around for when we do our meditation a little bit later. And to allow you to start getting a lot more clear about your ask. So often, the reason why we don't manifest much is because we don't ask. And the funny thing is that we can absolutely ask for more. The universe loves to gift us stuff. The energy, the confidence, the love. It loves love. The universe loves that. There's so many different ways. It's the only people that are holding us, or the only thing that's holding us back is us. Yeah. Oh, there was another one. I thought there was. Alrighty. Let me see how we go. These cards are always a little bit harder for me to work with, but that's okay. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to put that book to the side. All right, so the one that I'm working with is the what is it called? The Psychic Tarot for the Heart. It's got a lot of information in there, which is really, really cool. But we're going to trust our intuition tonight. We're going to put the book to the side, see what we get. Read the cards as if they're tarot, because it is tarot of sorts. So the first card that we've got for you, my dear. So there's the next card is particularly your Lionsgate portal card, and the others are just kind of the energies around that. Okay, that's what I get at the moment. So the first card we've got is balance. And if you can see there, so you've got the balance, the masculine and the feminine energy, the heart energy, and it's balancing on top of a pyramid, right? And the other things that I'm seeing in this card is because this is a major arcana card, is there's lots of floaty clouds. And the floaty clouds, when I see stuff like that, is really lots of possibilities. And what I'm seeing with this is healing. So there's going to be a lot of moments of heart healing that's centered around you being very balanced within your masculine and feminine. The psychic tart. I love it. So what I'm seeing with you, dear, is that balance, that it doesn't have to be very much on a needle point. But the other thing I'm seeing as I sort of hold this and I'm like looking at the screen and then back at the card is it almost looks like these are wings and they're in an upward position. And it's like this is a cloak, right? So I'm seeing a lot of different things within this card for you. And the cool thing about this one is that I see that you are going to be working really effectively this month on creating beautiful balance between your masculine, your feminine energies, and you're going to feel like you're flying high. And it's your heart is the center of that. You're going to have to be very heart-centered on whatever you're doing. So it's like you'll have to be asking those questions of, does this choice or truth, does this choice bring me balance? What will it create? Truth, what will it create if I choose this? Truth, what will it create if I don't choose that? And feel for which is actually creating the most balance in your world. Okay. So heart, if you're focusing on the heart, you're having that real definitive focus on, where does my masculine sit with this? Where does my feminine sit with this? Is this encouraging me? Even though it's uncomfortable, because learning to fly is jolly uncomfortable, right? But you have to take the steps to get there. Even if you're a little kid who goes from, just sitting there watching everybody rolling around on the floor to suddenly getting up and walking, you will see that they will go back and they will start crawling. They might learn to walk, but they've got to crawl again because they've got to make sure the synapses in their brains are working properly. Okay, so look for yourself. Where am I being balanced? Where is this creating balance in my world, or is it making me feel off balance? Just because it makes you uncomfortable, though, doesn't necessarily mean it's making you unbalanced. Okay, that's where those questions without ego are really, really important. Your focus for the Lionsgate portal is on joy and stability. Okay, so you said that I wish to embody movement, flow, and ease. Add joy and stability to that list for you. I'm seeing a lot of obviously bright, sunny kind of energy flows in there. I'm also seeing some pretty interesting patterns. And, if I turn this upside down, maybe you can see what I can see. I see a lady. I see a lady sitting down like on a sort of a lotus, in the lotus position. And she's got a big, 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 huge heart. It's so, so bright that it almost overpowers everything else. There's her head, her torso, and her lovely big booty. Or it might just be a really puffy out skirt, you know. But that's what I'm seeing there. Joy and stability, hey? So what would it create for you if you focused on joy, stability, movement, flow, and ease into your world? And what if you stop judging your body so harshly? Because this picture here, that shows me that it doesn't matter what size you are. You can still have the most hugest, most powerful energy out into the world based around your heart. Just so what if for the Lionsgate portal you focused on that bright, bright, bright yellow energy and maybe did a meditation shining it out into the world from your heart? That's pretty cool. I love it when I get to see shit like that. All right. So for the rest of the month, we've got another 3 cards to go. We've got Manifest. And interesting, because it wasn't until I turned it around that I saw 2 things pop out immediately. The first one, again, is a heart shape up here, but I also see dragons. I see dragon shapes coming up through all these wisps. So we've got another major arcana card, obviously. And being manifest, it's like the magician, I think that would be what that one is, given the subject there. So anything is possible. You can create anything in the world if you choose to. And if you bring it through from that space of unconditional love and fun and excitement, and again, it's balanced. He's got both hands up evenly. What else has he got? It almost looked like he had dishes in his hands, but no, it's just the energy. It's the shape of the energy balls. Let's have a look. All right. So again, it's all about balance, making sure that you're taking time for yourself, making sure that you're allowing yourself those moments where you can let your masculine energies fly as well as your feminine. You, like me, have some very strong masculine energies, which you've required to have them because of your circumstances. You know, you're a single mom, you've got lots going on, you're a business owner, you've got all those things. So it's okay to have those energies, but you have to balance it out with a little bit more of the softer feminine stuff. You know, do those little moments of nurturing you. Do crazy things like painting your nails. And doing those sort of more softy things. Even stuff like being in the garden or in nature it can be very feminine. You know, if you're sort of taking those moments to connect in with the plants and things like that. If you've got the ability to connect in with the fae, like the fairy folk, do that too. They're magical. Find those spots over these next 22 odd days to bring in more moments of magic into your life that help to bring more balance into the energies that you're working with on a day-to-day basis. Okay. Which moves very, very nicely into our next card, which is the Seek card. So let us have a look. We've got two beautiful little birdies up above, two blue birds, and she is sitting very peacefully in the bushes. And I wonder, let me just double check that one because I have a funny feeling I know what one that is. Oh, no, that wasn't the one I thought it was. Interesting. Yep, it tracks. Okay, cool. So sometimes we just have to go back to it. So this is actually technically the Hermit card. So that's what I was wanting to double check. And so it's talking about taking time for peace and solitude. And again, we've got the twos popping up here. So we've got two little birds. She's sitting in that beautiful position that was this one reversed. You see how I'm seeing it, right? And just being you. You've just mentioned there, I decided that I'm growing out my silver sparkles and already I feel softer. Fabulous. They are great. The growing out process can be a bit of a pain, but it's not that bad. You get to a point where you can just kind of chop them off. It's great. Up until then, you just kind of tie it back. Nobody really cares. So yeah, take some time out over this next 22 days to just be with nature, continue to find those moments of balance, and seek the what I'm hearing and feeling more so is to seek those moments where you're just so enraptured with you, with your heart, with your body. And the growing out of the sparkles is one of the most amazing things, actually. I was just reflecting for myself on what it was like for me. In that any time somebody said to me, isn't it about time you start growing it, like dyeing your hair again? Like you've got that much regrowth. And I'd be just like, no, I'm letting my sparkles shine. I'm tired of hiding them away. And they'll be like, oh, okay. So in that little moment of pushback of the judgment, because that's what it was, 100%, totally and utterly, it's societal created judgment. What I did is I took ownership of my body. I took ownership of my choices. And I also told my body, I love you so much. And I wish for you to sparkle and shine. So even when the people were judging me, I was like, thank you for giving me that moment to tell my body I love her even more. Thanks. And that's what I wish for you too. Not just about your hair, everything. Everything. Mm-hmm. Fascinating. And it's about coming to the world with arms wide open. Just re-looking at that card now that it's in front of me. Very much arms wide open, being very present, because our right, facing forward, yeah? So very, very much facing forward on that one. Now, this one I will read only because it's one of the chakra cards. Okay. This one ties in very, very nicely with the previous card. Okay, so we've got the crown chakra. Obviously, we know that that's located at the top of the head and has been called the 1,000-petaled lotus or the receiver of light. This chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It's the connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown center is the area where the ethereal light and energy are received and then dispersed throughout your aura for total well-being. To enhance this chakra, sit quietly and visualize a lotus bud on the top of your head. As the bud blossoms, see a shower of whitish violet sparkling light shining down from the universe onto the lotus, filling and nourishing it. When complete, simply let the vision fade. Expanding this chakra opens you to receiving the ultimate bliss, divine love. Take comfort in knowing that you are cherished. Okay, so you've got a really yummy, yummy month coming up this next couple of weeks at least. You're going to have a big, big focus on just loving yourself from the top of your head to the tips of your toes and fingers. And with that love, if you even have a look back at the manifest card, right, that heart shape is right up here, the top of his head. Crown chakra, lovely, right? And it's all this. It's the big open-hearted, it's the peacefulness, it's the trying to create those balancing moments, even when it looks like your world might have to turn upside down to receive that. It's okay. Because, of course, that card's supposed to be this way. But for you, it feels more right this way. Big, big dynamic. I would really challenge you to do maybe a meditation for yourself, maybe on Saturday, and just imagine, like, do the breathing in, breathing out, do the expanding out, sit in nature, and just imagine that your heart space is glowing so, so brightly out into the world, all around you. That's what I would recommend for you. Let me do your yummy card. I've been telling people I'm embracing my crone era. I love it. Yep. I can't wait for my crone era to come in. For me, I'm like, I figure that that's when I actually hit menopause. Being that I'm still in perimenopause at the moment, I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm preparing. I'm preparing. Understanding is your card. Okay. And the understanding, well, I don't really like understanding, but anyhow, understanding is probably a better word, but they won't have that word in here. The understanding of not only comprehending it on an intellectual level, this level of love for yourself, but also really embodying that deeply. Get that in there into every single cell and molecule of your body so that you can just, because the thing is, as you explode more of that unconditional love throughout your body, the beautiful thing is like you will bring in the the clients and maybe a lover and who knows what else that is really yummy for you. You'll be the honey that attracts the bees, you know. That's what I'm seeing for you at the moment and for this month. Lots of really good, positive, but it's still going to be a bit of work. No doubt about that. There's still going to be some effort required on your behalf, but the effort will be, is this actually making things feel lovely and balanced, or is this creating a detriment in my life? Is it degrading my life? Am I functioning out of obligation rather than contribution? Two very different energies. Anyhow, thank you. Thank you so much for your kind donation. I'm super duper grateful. And thank you for your continued support over here on Find You Fridays. Very, very thankful. And especially that it's Thursday. So thank you, my darling. Mwah. Appreciate you so, so much. My psychic tart. Oh, dear. I see Barry has put his Lionsgate request up. I would like to focus on nurturing myself, family, and friends more. Fabulous. And how is that? How are you going to embody that, I wonder? Thank you, Tamara. It will be fantastic, whatever happens, because here's the thing with this particular trip, there's only a couple of things that are booked in as such, but everything else is free flow. I just know I have to be in Edmonton on a particular day, and I know that we're going to be doing some hot springs just out of Vancouver, and that there is, where is the other one? I think Canmore. We're going to stay in like a hotel or an Airbnb or something like that. And it's really, really pretty. And that's sort of up by the mountains and stuff. But everything else is very, very, very much free flow. And I'm fully, fully looking forward to it. Be really nice just to sit back and relax and have a great time and chit chat with my friends and eat some poutine. So for those of you who don't know what poutine is, I think, but don't quote me on it, I think it is hot chips, potato chips, as in fries, with gravy and something kind of a curd or something like that, kind of like cheese type of thing. I'm not sure what else. So that's my one request while I'm there. I must have that. And my other request is that I've got to have some like genuine proper maple syrup. Those are my two requests that I have while I'm there. Anything else is great. Bonus, how does it get any better than that? I'm bringing that. Haven't used it for a while, so it's time. It's time. All right. So, Nella. All right. So these few months, I declined so many job offers, indecisive because of school time. But now I want to find something last minute on the seaside. Can you check if there will be a success according to job? Okay. Let's see if I can understand. Okay. Let's have a look and see. I find it interesting that this green adventurine likes to come out for money questions. Oh, guess what I have right here? Citrine. I forgot it was there. I knew I had some somewhere. There we go. But I'm almost certain I've got some in a stone, like a shorter stone. Anyway, green adventurine. So show me a yes, please. Okay, thank you. Show me a yes. And show me a no. Cool. So truth, go back to neutral, please. So truth, will Nella be successful with her job hunt by the seaside? Yeah, sorry. It's not Friday. It's only Thursday. And wherever you are, it's probably only Wednesday. That's saying no at this stage. Doesn't mean it's going to stay a no, but let's have so truth. What will it create? I'm going to ask that in a different question. Truth, what will it create if Nella applies for jobs by the seaside? Still a no. Okay. What is it that you're required to know? So these cards are the Divine Guidance cards. These ones. There we go. Very cool deck, but they're all words. See, they're all words. So I'll just read them out. But the cool thing with them is, oh, okay. That's funny. I love it when the cards come out and they're absolutely perfect. It's like, oh, mwah, chef's kiss. So the cool thing is that there's the message that goes down the card like this way, but there's also these parts of the card that will have capitals, capital lettered words, and and when you read that across, it actually gives you an additional reading, an additional message to your reading, which is really cool. So the message says, your energy is flowing. You should be feeling confident and buoyant, having triumphed over obstacles. Now is a time of action. However, you may be feeling indecisive at this moment. Focus on your outcome and do not fear the consequences. You may feel let down or regret over past actions. Do not give in. Take up the challenge and focus on your commitment to the future. So the bigger question here, my dear, is what do you truly desire for your future? You just said, yes, the pendulum wants for me to stay and finish school. Possibly. Let me I'll just put it down here for a minute. Actually, it stops spinning first. Truth, what will it create if Nella stays in school? Yeah, that's a yes. That's a big yes, actually. All right. So I know, depending on how much longer you've got to go, I know everybody gets itchy feet in that last year or so of school, where you just want to get out and have a bit of an adventure, and you just feel like you've been in school for so long, and it's so boring compared to the rest of this amazing world, right? What I would say is, from my pre-crone era that I am currently in, the time, even a year, is so small compared to the rest of your life. The wonderful moment of completing your education of that subject, or the qualification, or whatever you're doing right now, the fact that you complete it will not only give you a lot more credit when you go out searching for jobs, even if you're not using that qualification for a job in that area. If it's something else completely different, what it does show is that you have determination, you have tenacity, and you have a willingness to follow through. And that's really important to an employer. Okay. So at the moment, just focus on getting your schooling done. And also, it's not just for an employer. It's that feeling of, fuck, I did it. I completed that qualification. I completed that study. And even though it was hard, even though it was really freaking boring sometimes, and even though it took me away from my friends and from having more parties and things like that, being able to know that you can complete things, and you have, the piece of paper to prove it, actually does a lot for your self-confidence. And I know that from my experience of not completing things, and then feeling that moment of intense joy and satisfaction when I did later on. So focus. It's a time of action, of staying focused on what is the most important thing at the moment. Okay. So I'm really pleased that it's your last exam. And then have some fun after that. Okay. And obviously on the weekends or on school holidays or whatever, you can let loose a bit. That's okay. You're allowed. But yes. And as it says here, focus on your outcome and don't fear the consequences. Okay. And don't get distracted too much. Clearly, the cards were set. The pendulum was like, stay in school. It's the end of summer, so I understand. Cool. Beautiful. And don't forget to dream. Okay? And within those dreams, have a look for creative ways that what your course of study is at the moment can contribute towards your dreams. I just gave you an example before of, you know, the tenacity and the willingness to complete things and to follow through and all of that. That's really valuable to any employer anywhere, in any industry. Because that's the sort of people that they like to employ. You don't want somebody who's just flitting and floating and like, I got turned down for a job. This is in my very early 20s. I got turned down for a job at, I don't know where you are, like Hungry Jack's or Burger King. It was actually Burger King at the time because I was in New Zealand. And because I had had so many jobs up until then. But what the dude didn't really comprehend was the fact that I'd moved a lot. And like I moved from city to city. And he was just like, nah, I need somebody who's a bit more reliable, who's going to stick around. I'm like, it's a fast food joint. Each to their own, you know. I totally get it. And in some ways, they were correct. I wouldn't have stayed. It was a job just to help get me through. Funny. Yes. Wish to finish, but maybe winter time would be better. Yeah, just remember, get it all done. Get it done and dusted, out of the way, and then you can do the seaside later. The seaside's not going anywhere. Honestly, you'll be right. But at the end of the day, follow your own intuition. Look at what's actually true for you. I know it's hard when the heart, you start thinking, oh, I so miss the seaside. And there's a lot of things that I have, choices that I've made in my life, not because it uplifted me, but because I missed it. I missed the consistency of whatever that was. And if I'd have been just a teeny tiny touch more brave about being uncomfortable and maybe tiny touch bored, because, sometimes life is boring. I hate to say it, but it's true. My pre-crone era is really coming out today. But yeah, sometimes life is boring. And you have to be comfortable with that too. You've got loads of time. Honestly, you do. You have loads of time to get out to the seaside. So focus is what your team is asking you to do. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Nella. And thank you so much for that question. I do love the different places and spaces that we get to go on this show. And I appreciate you asking and trusting me with your questions. All right. Focus on your studies, apparently. All right. Let me just double check. Cool, I think. Lovely. And make sure I haven't got any alarms coming up. Thought so. Let's just turn that one off. All right. I am going to take the banner away now. Jump back to there. Cool. Let's have a cup of tea. I'm trying really, really hard to only keep it to a 2-hour show tonight. So that's why I'm like, okay. Slightly salty tea. That gives you a buzz. Oh dear. All right. So I am going to ask cards, I think. How many of you are here? Okay, we've got 7 of you here. Okay. Okay. Nope, that's not working. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do for this lovely meditation for the Lionsgate portal is I'm going to pull a Universal Dragon card. Excuse you, I told you to not be on tonight. Ho ho! What a perfect card. So remembering that it was all about being embodied and being in that space of embodiment. So the card that I've picked for our Lionsgate portal is this one. So like I said, it's from the Universal Dragon Oracle. And of course, being how they said look for the citrine and the yellow colors. Conviction. Higher and higher he flies into the bright sunrise, carrying his burden. Though it is a burden, it is not heavy because he has the conviction to know he will succeed in all of his endeavors. This fire dragon will walk with you, helping to burn out the lower energies of self-doubt, fear, confusion about what you are meant to do in this life and all other lives. Let go, hold your head high, and carry your burden. Walk with the belief in yourself and your abilities, for a dragon walks behind you. You can do this completely. All right. So that's pretty cool. And that gives me the perfect, absolutely perfect direction on which way to go for our meditation tonight. That is so super cool. All right, let me just pull that a little bit closer. Beautiful. Okay. So we're going to expand out and then we will do the meditation. Okay, my friends? And of course, the energies of the Lionsgate portal is already running because it has been happening since, what did I say? The 26th of July or something like that, I think I said. I was correct. The 26th of July. And it goes through until August 12th. So these energies are already floating around, and this particular Lionsgate portal is sort of done with the thoughts of it being only, a day and a half away. So we're very much in the shadow period of the peak. So this will work just fine. Okay. Closing your eyes now. Taking a big, deep breath in. And out. Breathing in, bring Mother Earth energy all the way up. Breathing out, bringing Father Sky energy all the way down. Bring Mother Earth and the unconditional love all the way up. Bring Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Focus on your body now. Focus on your breath. Focus on your bones, your skin, all the way down through your organs. Focus on your cells. Keep going till you get to your molecules, all the way down to the atomic level. And even then, I'm going to ask you to have a little look even closer. You see the protons and the neutrons zooming around on their little paths around the nuclei. I'd like you to go and have a look at that nuclei, and you can see that beautiful, sparkly, shining energy that is you. You are made up of billions upon billions, if not trillions, of these little wee sparkles of energy. It's what makes up your entire body, down to the tips of your very hair, tips of your toes and your fingers. Trillions of these little sparkles that are all you, and uniquely you. No one else has your special makeup, your special combination. That's all you. And these little sparkles are things that they've followed you throughout all your lifetimes, all your dimensions, your realities and your non-realities. It's how you can always find you in whatever lifetime that you travel to when you do past life regressions. These little sparkles call out to the other versions of you, just as the other versions of you call out to you. It's also how when we do healing in this lifetime, how it is so effective and potent for your other lifetimes too. Because all of these little sparkles have energetic resonance that are just floating in and out of you. So with that in mind, let's expand out your awareness now. In a big bubble up into the sky and down into the earth. Expanding out your awareness, out beyond the country that you're on, out beyond the planet. Take a big deep breath here. And out. Expanding out your awareness, out beyond the size of the solar system, out beyond the galaxies, and now out beyond the universes. Beautiful. Now focus on your body once more without contracting your awareness, and grab your sense of allowance and expand that out in a big, big bubble all around you, up into the sky and down into the earth. Expanding out your allowance beyond the size of the country that you're on, beyond the size of the planet, beyond the size of the solar system, beyond the size of the galaxies.
beyond the size of the universes and beyond your awareness. And take a big deep breath in now. And breathing out. Beautiful. Now focusing on your body once more, keeping everything nice and expanded out. I'd like you to imagine that you are climbing up a mountain. And it's a summer's day, so you're not heavily dressed or anything like that. It's a mystical mountain, so don't worry too much about the safety stuff. But as you go up this mountain, and you can see that the softer grasses and the tall trees are starting to dwindle away as you keep going up and up and up. But there's something at the top of that mountain that you just know you have to get to. Keep moving up the mountain, keep breathing deeply. And as you note that the trail is getting a little bit harder, the grasses have now gone, it's now a bit of a rocky path. For in the winter time, this is all completely under snow. But right now it's the middle of summer. And while the air is cool around you, it's not unpleasant. You look up ahead of you on the path and you see that there is a big sort of structure in front of you. It looks kind of like a nest, but it's made out of stone. And as you get closer, you see the stone is really sparkling, a little bit like granite sparkles in the sun. But then on closer inspection, you see the sparkles are little gems mixed in with diamonds and all sorts of other colors. You run your hands gently across the structure and you notice that towards the top of the structure, it's like it comes up in spikes. But it's obviously been there a long time because the tips of the spikes are rounded. They're not harsh or sharp. You move around the structure just a little bit more and it's almost like there's a pathway or steps enabling you to get a little bit higher and a little bit higher until you can see over the tips of the structure. And what you see inside makes you smile so big. Because within that structure, you see the most beautiful orange-yellow dragon. It is curled around a beautiful ball of light, holding it in his front arms protectively. And as you gaze at the dragon, there's a moment of slight apprehension from you. But the dragon's not perturbed by you. It doesn't mind that you're there. They know that you're there for sure. They felt you approaching. They were watching you and perceiving you as you walked up and climbed up all the way to the top where this nest is. The dragon opens one eye and looks at you. And as soon as you meet the dragon's gaze, it's like a lightning bolt of beautiful yellow light comes streaming in through your eyes and down through your body. And as it does so, it activates all of your chakra centers, not just your heart or your solar plexus or your sacral. No, all of them. The ones above your head, the ones below your body, and all the ones in between. They all start buzzing and humming, absolutely humming. You hold on to the edge of the nest just to give you a little bit of balance, because gosh, that was a lot of energy right all at once. The dragon smiles, for they can see that you have the determination, the strength, and the stamina to hold very potent energy. As you look a little closer into the ball of light that they hold, you see that it is actually in the shape of a lion. A beautiful, full-maned lion. The lion is sleeping as if in a cocoon. The dragon, having taken assessment of who you are, now welcomes you into the nest. The nest creates a little opening for you to get through with ease. And every spike that your hand touches makes your hand tingle with warmth and contribution and good healing, and to keep you protected. The dragon shifts its tail slightly so you can sit down. You sit, and again your eyes fall to the ball of light, which is like it's a lion, the shape of a lion. But again, you look a little closer and you see it's actually breathing. The dragon strokes the fur of the lion, and every stroke from the dragon makes the lion come to life more and more, until the lion is letting off a big, growly wake-up yawn. It shakes out its mane. It looks up at the dragon and almost smiles. There's a silent conversation that goes on between the lion and the dragon. It goes a little something like, "We've got a live one here." And you just admire them both from that space of wonder and intrigue and delight. In this moment, right now, whatever your desire, whatever your wish is, for how you would like to show up in the world from this point forward, bring that to the forefront of your mind. Just give you a quiet moment just to reflect on that. Beautiful. The lion, having sensed that you are now in your most potent space, in your most open and receptive space, comes forward towards you. That as the lion moves towards you, it appears to be getting bigger and bigger until it is almost towering over you. It is so big, and especially while you're sitting down. The lion's head is 1.5 times the size of your own, with a big bushy mane all around it now. But you're not afraid. You can perceive the love, the adoring, the support, the magic from this beautiful creature. You take a big deep breath, and the lion gently lowers its head, and you sit stock still. The lion takes his forehead and places it against yours. As it does so, your desires, your wishes, your requests for this Lion's Gate portal are now being called to action. As the fur of the lion's forehead touches yours, a little zap happens, and then a huge opening within your body. An opening to receive all of your requests, all of your desires, all of your wishes, and also the intense comprehension of how powerful and potent your words are. especially this year. Your body might start tingling and vibrating with the contribution from the lion coming through your forehead, through your third eye, from their third eye to your third eye, moving down your body. You're sharing space, you're sharing physical touch, you're also sharing the breath of a lion. That breath of the lion is giving you even more courage, more tenacity, even more of an ability to know without doubt, without fear. Or confusion about what you are meant to do in this life. You begin to feel it from the top of your head all the way down to your toes and your fingers. Your purpose, even if it's just for the next year, until the next Lionsgate portal. Perhaps it's your bigger purpose in life. Whatever the images are that are floating through your mind right now are perfect just for you. And if you share them, that's beautiful. And if you don't, that's okay too. As the lion's breath continues to work its magic on you, removing any self-doubt, the dragon sits in the background, enjoying this moment between two friends. The lion's tail is swishing slowly back and forth, a little bit like a metronome, back and forth, back and forth. And that swishing motion helps to steady your nerves as you release all the things that have held you back from having your ultimate desires, your wishes, and how you wish to be embodied and show up in the world right now. The rhythmic swish, 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 swish of the tail gives you that grounding point. You can feel the pain, the shock, the trauma leaving your body from all those times where you have felt controlled, manipulated, held back, abused. It's whatever it might be. Again. And with that, the dragon of conviction places a beautiful golden yellow orb in your hands. It is now shining a beautiful bright light up underneath the lion's chin. His head is still on your forehead. for some wonderful reason, even though you can't see it because your eyes are closed, you can perceive the glow of this beautiful orb from the dragon of conviction lighting up your chest, lighting up the lion's chest. And with that, you see the flow of energy moving from you and the dragon and the lion all coming together as one in this ball of light. There's a small part of your mind which goes, oh, this is going to get too hot or too potent or too powerful. And equally, thanks to the incredible guidance of the lion and the dragon, you hold that energy. You keep holding and holding and holding. And you realize the longer that you hold this energy, the easier it becomes. This big, beautiful, unconditional love energy flowing between the three of you. And in that moment, the lion steps away, and the big ball of yellow light sends a massive stream up very quickly up into the big sky, like a big, huge laser beam. And then it reaches its apex. And then sprinkles down like beautiful little bits of fairy dust over the three of you, signifying just how potent and special all three of you are. And what's left in your hand is a beautiful piece of citrine. And this citrine will remind you forever in this lifetime that dragons do exist and that a lion is one of your most trusted and dearest friends and mentors and healer. You look a little bit closer at the citrine and you see that there's actually engravings on the citrine of a dragon and a lion. And you know that at any time, anywhere, if you're feeling unsure or unsteady, you can hold your citrine, and the strength, the courage, the unconditional love, the power and the potency is always there with you. The citrine magically appears as a stone that you're able to place as a necklace around your neck, and it sits nice and long down towards your heart. And as the citrine comes close to your heart, it activates your heart space, making it glow bright, bright green. The brightest green you've ever seen. And if dragons and lions could smile, maybe they can. They just have the biggest grins right now. They say, she's got it. He's got it. They've got it. And they're very excited for you. Say thank you, thank you, thank you to the lion and to the dragon. If your lion or dragon would like a hug, you may do that now. Your lion or dragon may not wish to have a hug, and that's totally okay. Not all of us like them. And whatever that is for you, if your lion and dragon loves hugs, do that now. Express your gratitude. Beautiful. And now you step respectfully out of the nest with your citrine at your chest. And the lion shrinks back down again into its ball of light. And the dragon curls up with it again. To sleep and enjoy the energy of its little lion as its most precious treasure. You make your way back down the mountain, down through the rocky surface, down through the spindly grasses, down past the point where you thought you just couldn't go on anymore. It's just too hard. You're keeping on moving down all the way back through to Mother Earth. And as your feet land into the nice, soft, lush, beautifully green grasses of home, take a big, deep breath in and a big breath out. Another big breath in, bring Mother Earth energy all the way up through your body. Big breath out, bring Father Sky all the way down. And even just in this moment, feel how different the air is moving through your body. Bring your Mother Earth and the unconditional love all the way up. And finally, Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Wonderful. When you're ready, open your eyes. Please have a drink of water for self-care. When we do big shifts with energy like that, it's really important to have water and a little bit of salt. Your brain needs it, requires it to help it to settle. And it helps to integrate the new energies in the new space that you be. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always being wonderfully you. Get out there over this month, do lots of really good and tasty things for yourselves. Enjoy this beautiful Lionsgate portal and the solar eclipse on the 12th energies. There's a new moon on the 12th as well. So there's lots and lots of energies over this next 6 days. Enjoy them all. Be calm within yourself. Bring in the love. Rest when you can. And try not to push yourself too hard, okay? So I will be back on the 28th of August. In the meantime, please be bold, be brave, and be you, my beautiful friends. Bye-bye for now.